What's the name of the phone company?
Huawei.
I think it's a Geordie chat-up line, isn't it? Huawei.
I think the real injustice is that it's not pronounced Huawei.
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 Huawei would be great. It'd be like Loughborough's boring, but Luga Baruga. Who doesn't want to go to Luga Baruga?
But they think that they'll spy on us through 5G. But
yeah.
I don't think I'm very interested to spy on. Well, they're going to look at my phone. It's just me watching Dennis Bergkamp videos and a hardcore dwarf porn. And I know you can't say dwarf anymore, but you try Googling little person porn and not have the police around your house quicker than you can say Snow White Bukkake. I'm telling you.
OK, so 5G.
What's a G?
What's a G? This guy.
I mean...
Oh, that might be the dumbest thing I ever said.
It's fun, because 3G was quality for 8. There was no 1 or 2G. 3G was quality. 4G popped up for a bit. Now it's 5G. I mean, 3G's the OG of G.
Yeah. I mean, what next?
Gina G.
Gina G.
Gina G, yeah.
Really
The original.
like Gina G.
Yeah. But she didn't get very good reception either.
There was the G spot, we couldn't find it.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
No, but it's fascinating that people are so suspicious of them, but actually, it's not like you can really turn them down as Britain. Like, if you don't use these guys, then it's likely we'll just have to go back to dial-up, and to that I say, ni hao to our new technological
Yes, if we don't go with them, we've got Alan Sugar and Amstrad.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, we're using the Faxophone 3000.
Yep.
But that's Trump's supposed to be sorting it out. He's gone, don't worry, Boris, I'll sort it out for you. It's like when you get a job priced up at home and then your mate goes, I can do that half the price, don't worry. And before you know it, you've got your mate round your house, you've paid him in cash up front, he's crying about his divorce, installing a 56k modem. Or you're digging out your VHS porn for an analogue wank.
Ovi, what do you make of this 5G? They reckon the Chinese are going to be able to spy on us. You worried?
Oh, God. Nah, I'm not the person to ask.
Well, you're dressed like a spy. Catherine, are you worried by Huawei?
I don't mind being spied on. You know, you can watch me all day. I'll make little asides to the camera like my very own Fleabag. I wouldn't mind it at all, but I don't understand G, and I don't understand why we can't make our own G. Do you know what I mean? Why do we need American G or Chinese G?
Chinese G sounds like a geezer.
Who's coming tonight? Mike, Phil, Chinese G. Did you know, for example, 40% of Britons have trouble getting to sleep? Not my girlfriend. She can fall asleep at the drop of a trouser. 20% of British OAPs are unhappy. We don't know about the other 80% because no one's visited in a while. And according to scientists, ironing burns 157 calories an hour. But that can't be true. Otherwise, why is your mum so fat? Right, let's get started. Ashling's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
Well, I'd say it's our dear old pal in America, Lord Trump, the evil. He has fired James Comey, who's the head of the FBI, for investigating Trump into what was some probably dodgy dealings with Russia. And so now he's fired him in quite a dramatic way. And I'd say even Kim Jong-un's a bit like, come on, mate, this is a bit bad.
The guy found out on the news. Like, he found out on the news. He's the head of the FBI. Like a spy. Yeah.
He also thought it was a prank. But I actually like the idea that it would have been a prank. And Trump would have just phoned him an hour later going,
I think Trump misses The Apprentice and just wants to fire someone on telly again.
Yeah.
He wrote this really weird letter that said, it's definitely nothing to do with Russia, and thank you for not investigating me. I'm not being investigated, you're fired. Nothing to do with that, have fun.
He's basically doing the political equivalent of like, hey, guys, look over there.
So whatever country, it's always Russia, isn't it? That Putin's a right nosy bastard, isn't he? If he was your next door neighbour, he'd be popping his head over the fence, wouldn't he? If you live next door to Putin, he's like, oh, got a new barbecue, have you? Yeah. You can see it, 'cause you're standing on yours looking at my new one.
What would you think, Jamali?
Do you know, it's just since the controversy came out, and it's like they asked Edward Snowden's opinion, and it's just like they're always asking Edward Snowden's opinion. It's like, okay, we get it, Edward's got an opinion, but it's like they ask him about everything. It's like next thing be like, so what do you think of Kim Kardashian? Like, it doesn't matter what you think anymore.
That said, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I asked what you thought, and you went, I don't care what Edward Snowden thinks.
Yeah!
There's a reason I haven't booked him on the show. I've got you here, I care what you think. What do you think? It's not passing the buck.
I'm saying, it's just Edward Snowden, because you know, everyone, like... No one gives him shit, and he deserves to be given some shit sometimes.
So, Sarah, what do you make of Donald Trump?
Do you know what? I don't like him. They said to him, oh, look, we've read all through Hillary Clinton's emails, and there's nothing there that breaks the law. And he was like, nope, you didn't have time to read them.
No one's reading them all, are they? It's too many, innit? I can't get through mine. I'm having a row with Caroline from Hungry House at the moment. They make up a name on Hungry House. And it always goes, Caroline, hi, a message from Caroline. Hi, Rob, fancy something to eat? You're not real, Caroline. You're an algorithm, Caroline. Stop pretending like we bonded over half a chicken once.
I feel sorry for James Comey, though, because how can he get another job now as a spy, now that he's famous? Which also brings me to, why is James Bond known as a great spy? Hello, I'm Bond, James Bond. Oh, God, I'm not supposed to tell me people.
I think they keep changing his face, though, don't they, with actors?
That's true.
Does help.
That's why.
You in the running for Bond?
No.
You'd make an amazing Bond.
I don't. I look like someone tried to make Daniel Craig and I turned out.
Should we put it in the microwave? Oh, no. What's happened?
Another martini, anyway. I'm dying here.
I'd be an awful spy on the basis that everyone would see me coming. I literally wouldn't be able to hide, would I? I'd walk into somewhere and they go, that bloke was in the market yesterday.
Do you look different? Do you look different without your glasses?
I mean, yeah, this is as disguised as I can go, yeah.
Did I shine your glasses?
Yes.
Did I make a good spy? Because this is all it takes sometimes. People are like, oh, hey, Aisling, who the hell are you? I want to vomit, you're so blind.
I know.
OK, let's have a look and see if Trump is up there. Yes, it's Donald Trump firing ahead of the FBI. This is the most shocking thing Trump has done since, well, lunchtime. Every week, 4,000 Britons are hospitalised through DIY accidents. Is that true or false?
I've never met anyone who's been involved in a DIY accident or even heard a story about someone who's been involved in a DIY accident.
Yeah, but you move in the right circles to hear the DIY stories.
I've built stuff.
Yeah?
What have you built?
Nothing.
God help the woman who marries you.
Why?
Because you don't... What do you do, then?
I'm an attractive prospect, Tricia.
Are you good around the house, Emo?
No, my light bulb burns out, I sell the house and move.
I bet Dave does DIY. You look kind of a
No,
DIY.
I don't, and I think that's probably... you know, people do get hospitalised because men are generally shit at DIY. The ones who are good at DIY do it for a living, basically.
Why are men on this planet? If you
All right,
cannot put out
Tricia,
the rubbish
OK.
into DIY,
OK.
why are you here?
Bridges, roads, hospitals, everything you can think of that's ever been invented.
Western civilization, in short.
But, Sean, if we don't give you a little bit of how's your father, never mind about building...
How's your father? How is it way back there in the 50s?
I'm trying to be polite on the television. All right,
Have you seen your show?
Never mind building civilizations. You can't last 2 days without a bit of sex.
Listen, you shelf hooer. You're putting out... Is your house just covered in shelves? My husband's going, it's brilliant. Every time I put one out,
No.
she puts up.
He can do a bit of deal.
Can he?
Yeah.
I bet his shed's fantastic.
His shed is great.
He's got an amazing shed at the garden.
Yeah.
With a combination lock on there, a drawbridge, everything. I'm in the shed, he's got a gun turret. No! I'm in the shed! Yeah, just stuff!
OK, so every week, 4,000 Brits are hospitalised through DIY accidents. Is that true or false?
I think it's an absolute scandal, that statement. It's foul calumny. It's absolute nonsense. Poppycock. Absolute balderdash.
What are you saying? Just give me an answer.
No.
You're saying no. You're saying it's false.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it's false.
I can tell you that the answer is in fact true.
Yeah.
4,000 Brits are hospitalised each week through DIY accidents. I once had a serious DIY accident. The phone rang while I was using a nail gun. OK, Dave, Tricia and Justin, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
I'll take care of this. Look, buddy, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna kick your ass. What are you doing with my wife?
What? Not your wife, mister.
Shut up, Anna. Look, that's it, man.
That's the best episode of Lovejoy ever. Here is your related statistic. 64% of men believe they have a higher pain threshold than women. Is that true or false?
You don't get colds, do you? You get the flu.
Yeah, but that's not pain, is it? Pain's like getting your caught in your flies. That's real pain.
No, real pain is giving birth. It's like, as Diana Ross once told me, it's like in a frig.
That's what I read in Cosmopolitan. I was in some doctor's surgery. It said the most painful thing that a woman can have done is have the nipples clamped. And I thought, no, having them towed away has got to be worse. But I think, actually, having said all that, women do have a higher pain threshold because they go through all sorts of stuff just to feel and look good. It is all painful stuff you put yourself through just to attract, well, just to look good and feel good. And for us, it
You were going to say attract men,
well,
weren't you?
in a way, yeah, in a way. But, I mean, there's a bloke in Lee this week got arrested for shagging a frozen turkey, so, you know what I mean? It's like...
So we're wasting our time, is that what you're saying?
Tricia, you're in a really bad mood tonight, aren't you?
Well, just
everything.
Because I'm the only girl here. No, I'm not. Alex is the other girl.
Do you have a pop at our little Alex?
No, Alex is more of a girl than I am. He's all sweet.
Why would you say I was a girl?
But you're sort of, oh, you know, I can't do it.
Is that your impression of me?
You're sort of...
Are you sitting there doing an impression of me? Are you sitting there doing a...
No, you're all sort of delicate.
I can be fairly rugged.
Go on, then.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Let's have some ruggedness.
Yeah, let's
All
see
right, then.
rugged.
So anyway, I was watching the football. Yeah? I don't know if I can pull it off. Really?
Yeah, just push me. Just a push.
Hang on. Yeah.
Oh, my hero.
Shut up, Tricia!
Did you know, for example, 44% of Brits keep their socks on during sex? Fair enough. Why would you take your socks off in a car park? The average person will spend 2 weeks of their life waiting for the traffic lights to change. I think they might be broken. And 20% of adults in Britain don't know how to use email, and they work on the help desk at PC World. Right, let's get on with the show. What have the nation been talking about?
We reckon Big Brother and, more specifically, Alexandra. She's been threatening the rest of the Big Brother inmates. Is that the word?
I think it's really
Inmates.
funny.
Can we just clarify things? Because Alex might be watching this. She's out of the house now. I don't respect you.
Did you see what she said as well? She said, I've got gangster friends, they can do what I say, pow, pow. Like, how old is she? 8. They're going to get you, pow, pow, pow.
That's the problem with girls, is at school they never learn a good gun noise, you see. But, like, if that had been a bloke, he'd have give it the old... you know what I mean?
I believe the phrase is blap, blap, blap.
Yeah.
Just saying, no one fuck with me, right? Yeah? You'll never be ready. Remember I told you.
What's that?
That's how I roll, motherfucker. It's not how I roll like that. With the bitches in the back. Yeah.
If you were in a gang, you'd be the treasurer.
I tell you what's winding me up, though, is E4's coverage of the live streaming. Yeah. And they let you watch them sleep, they let you watch them eat, but any time anything interesting happens, they cut to a break. They start doing the little bird noises and all that stuff, right? And it's quite annoying. There's been a few times where they're like, oh, yeah, now guess what? Guess who I've had sex with? Well, I'll tell you. On a Tuesday.
Let's have a look and see if Big Brother's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, of course it is. Yes, in Big Brother news this week, Alex has been removed from the house. Alex spent the last 24 hours in a hotel room. You have to clean it quicker than that, love, or you'll get the sack. Sean, Mike, Theopophetis off of Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
What have the nation been talking about?
Is it the visit this week of George Bush to London? Visited London. Gordon Brown, very pleased to see him.
Yeah, thrilled.
Yeah. Well, I imagine he is. It makes him look better, doesn't it? Same principle like Simon Cowell got Piers Morgan on Britain's Got Talent. Says, if you think I'm a smug, self-satisfied bastard, look at this bloke. I think...
Is that Wamia? I think it's just funny that, you know, when I'm Canadian and when our Prime Minister visits, not a lot of hoopla. Like when our Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, and right there, I could have said any name at all. I could have said Zorak the Invincible, and there'd still be people watching at home going, yeah, I hear he's invincible. Yeah. Yes, Zorak.
George Bush got a tour of Windsor Castle, and I thought that would be an episode of Cribs I wouldn't mind watching. Just Prince Philip walking around, going to the bedroom, and this is where the magic happens.
Do you think he was secretly a little bit disappointed that Windsor Castle wasn't bouncy?
You saying he's stupid?
That's what I was saying.
That's one of his greatest skills, isn't it? It's this idea that he's convinced everyone he's stupid, and he's not stupid. He's just really anti-clever, isn't he? So he doesn't like clever things.
Like reading books the right way up.
I'm going to go through a couple of things he has said over the years.
Yeah.
When asked to describe the White House, he said, it is white. Technically correct.
That's not wrong.
OK. He said, more and more of our imports come from abroad. Correct. Again. OK. I think we can agree the past is over.
That is fact after fact.
Here we go.
He's a fact machine.
Last one. When asked by a reporter why Osama bin Laden had not been caught, he said, he's hiding.
Yeah.
He ruined my whole entire week this week.
He ruined your week?
Yes.
Oh, well, the Iraq War was one thing. What has he done now? For fuck's sake, Kelly. I was fine with Afghanistan. This is too much.
I had to leave like 2.5 hours early so that I could get there because there was so much traffic.
Jesus.
What a bastard.
This guy's got to be stopped. What are we doing? And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Top thing men look for in a pub.
I think the top thing I look for in a pub is a door. I always want to first see, how do I get in? And then I would like a fine selection of organic wines and world music on the jukebox.
Stop it, you. Ruth, what do you look for in a pub?
Normally the bar.
It is drink-related.
A good selection of lagers, beers.
Oh, doubles offer. Two doubles for a pound.
Happy hour is the right answer. Ruth is going again.
Yes! Come on! Some price in a beer, that's the same.
Yes, the top thing men look for in a pub is happy hour. Most unlucky thing that can happen to you.
Is it leaving war-torn Basra, having sex with a minging immigration officer, then being reowned in Nottingham?
That is significantly worse than what I've got down here, but this is... You've got to remember this is a survey by Direct Line.
The unluckiest thing I've ever heard it happen to anybody. Do you ever hear this story about... This is true story. Fabio, the male model. You ever heard of Fabio? He was his male model, lived in Hollywood, and he had loads of, he was on loads of posters in the 80s, thick hair. He was on... This is a true story. He was on a roller coaster in Disney World, and he was hit in the face with a goose. A goose. He was going on this roller coaster. He's one of the best-looking men in the world, and a goose hit him in the face and ruined his career. Smashed all his face to smithereens.
Yeah, that was unlucky for him. What about the goose?
The goose got in the papers. Most geese don't get in the papers.
Well,
on a similar note, very completely true story. Aristotle, the great thinker, he died, Aristotle, when a hawk or an eagle was carrying a tortoise that it had, taken from the ground for food. It dropped the tortoise, it fell 10,000 feet and hit Aristotle on the head. Which means that one of the most cleverest men in the world, in that flash of insight just before he died, thought, I've just been hit on the head by a tortoise. That was his last thought, a great man.
Yeah. Probably thought, tortoises are heavy. Let's write that down.
It's to do with kind of homes and, something that might happen in your home.
Is it your house being flooded?
Oh, plumber
It's to do with flooding, but something else as well?
You've just decorated, you've just painted, you've just put a
That's the
carpet
right
down.
answer, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, according to this survey from Direct Line, the most unlucky thing that can happen to you is your house flooding after you've decorated it, unless you've decorated it in the style of a fantasy mermaid kingdom, in which case it's the icing on the cake. Well, that noise tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the game, which means the final scores are Sean, David and Ruth have 6 points, but Dave, Ulrika and Alan have 9 points. They're the winners. 15% of prisoners are on drugs. How do they get hold of so many drugs in prison? I guess they're smuggled in by some arsehole. Yeah, bum jokes still work. Good news. The average Brit spends 121 hours sitting on the toilet every year, which is about 20 minutes a day if you can work it out, or 40 minutes a day if you can't work it out. And Mexico City is the worst place in the world to be a commuter. Especially for me, I work in Shepherd's Bush. Right, well, I can't put it off any longer. Let's get started. Sean. Sean, Sarah, Georgie, anything you've been chatting, anything caught your eye in the papers?
Well, Jimmy.
This week.
We all like to put a bit of money away for a rainy day, don't we? But I think you're more prepared than Noah. I think you've grabbed a few headlines this week. In fact, when I heard that you were on the front page of the paper, to be honest, I was expecting a lot worse. I was expecting to see, like, one of those white police tents in the background and a copper holding your laptop in a see-through carrier bag. So I was quite relieved when I found out what it was really for.
On the plus side, at least you've been in a top 5 list of something.
Blimey.
Georgie Thompson?
There's got to be, a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a positive spin. But thank you.
We can all now see why you work so hard. You get to keep all the money. But you've apologised, haven't you? You've apologised today.
I have apologised, Sean, and in my defence... No, I got nothing.
I just want to ask you this question, because in your apology it said, my accountant said to me, do you want to pay less tax? And it's totally legal. Can you ask me, when you were having that conversation, were you on a telephone and was there thick plastic glass between the two of you? Did he have like a sort of boiler suit type uniform? And a very sort of brutal haircut? Because the best accountants, that's where they are, in jail.
It was... Your money was in Jersey. Did you just go, like, on a holiday once and think, this is lovely? Probably just going to leave some stuff here. Like at my boyfriend's, I've got a hairbrush. That sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's the case, is it? No.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
You know what, though? OK, now this is me getting political shit. Now, well, sort of. There's no rest in it. I mean, what Tony... No, it's not Tony Blair now. It's our Prime Minister.
You know what?
No, it's
you are near enough.
No, it's Nick Clegg, and what's his name? what's his name? He's so nondescript. Wanker. Let's call him Wanker. Okay, there you go. Now, for him to say it's immoral, I mean, I think that's a bit wrong from him, isn't it, really? I mean, you know, talking about moral...
I know, what have I ever said about David Cameron?
Exactly, and the fact is... And the
Literally
fact is,
hundreds of things every week. Absolutely fair enough.
If they hadn't made that law, you know, they made it for them originally, you see, so it's all right for them, it's just not all right for the common man. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think anyone is thinking of me as the common man.
And also, and then they're saying about, you know, you're going to take Gary's OB or MBE away, you know what I mean? I mean, at least he gives us pleasure with his song, You Make Us Laugh. What do they do when they rape us for our fucking tax? Nothing, they make us cry. Do you know what I mean?
Lewis, I mean, Jimmy is funny, but 1%, fuck me.
Yeah.
Did you beat him down a bit, Jim? Did you go, look, can't we call it 0.5?
Any political rant is weakened by not knowing the name of the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but
I think Louis' political opinions are best expressed through the medium of dance.
Oh, yeah, so... Oh, here we go.
I didn't think I could feel any worse. but there it is.
I thought this week of all weeks we might get to the second round before you did a dance. Yeah. I didn't think... What a pleasure it is to be sat next to the only man in Britain more flexible than your accountant, Jimmy.
It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most talked about things this week. Sean, what do you think the nation will be talking about?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice?
The Apprentice. It was the final of The Apprentice, and Alan Sugar decided, finally, to give someone a job in his empire. Which I don't think is an empire. I think it's like a Greek island. I think he does everything. I think you go into his offices, he's dressed in a wig, and he goes, "Oh, Mr. Sugar, I'll see you now." And he goes on with runs into the boardroom, sits there, is going, "Come in, sit down. Tea or coffee?" They go, "Tea." And he goes, "Hold on a sec." And he goes, "No." Because I've never come across any kind of Amstrad or Sugar Enterprises in any part of
Have you not got a Faxophone 3000? No. The Faxophone 3000 they use, it's brilliant. It's like a MIDI hi-fi system with a fax.
It's like someone sellotapes a sort of flask to a banjo or something like that.
It's baffled me how he is so rich when... What is Amstrad? I mean, I had an Amstrad CPC 464 when I was 12.
Is that the one with the green writing?
Green screen,
yes.
and it loaded games off tapes. That was the system. And he's now a millionaire. He must own actual sugar.
James, do you think the right person won?
Yes, I think Yasmina was right to win, yeah.
The prize on this, Yasmina's prize, she won a job at a digital signage firm.
Yeah,
now,
that's
I
right.
don't know much about digital signage, but is it that?
She is selling digital telly things with stuff on.
Wow.
You'd be good in that job because you know all the lingo.
That's right, yeah.
Why didn't he pick Kate? Did Kate lose because she's got a Birmingham accent? Because that's why I would have said no. I work with Richard Hammond. When he's had a drink, he becomes fully Birmingham, and it's just intolerable noise. Does Sir Alan make you call him Sir Alan?
No one actually tells you that you do it. It's like, it might not be his real name, just...
But why didn't you call him... His name's not Shirley, it's Sir Alan. I just find it all too fascinating, The Apprentice, because as far as I can work out, all you actually do in there is spend 10% of your time doing something and then 90% working out who to blame when it goes wrong.
That's it, you have to kind
of... Alan Sugar, you know, you notice this, Alan Sugar, how cross he gets, because one team's made £8 and the other team's lost by 25 pence. But is it like that? And then what's that, Margaret?
Let him speak!
It's like talking to an 8-year-old, isn't it?
Is it like that? Let him speak!
Why does he get so cross about 25p?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Because he's...
Yeah, why does he get so cross?
God almighty!
Answer!
He hasn't made 800-odd million through, you know, look after the pennies and the 800 millions look after themselves.
It's that kind of homespun wisdom that lost you the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you know one thing I've picked up, actually, from watching it on the telly? I've just realised how bad my posture is. It's like I'm a prawn, like a jumbo prawn.
That's the main thing you've learned from that experience.
But you are massive.
I mean, how big are you, James? How big are you?
That's the question we're after.
There's a lot of big boys on that team. I want to know who's the biggest. Let's get you and Clarkson back to back. Come on, let's get you back to back. Well, let's see it.
We're not going to get that this time.
Come on, man. James, back to back.
He just said...
Just don't argue with me. Back to back, back to back. James is bigger!
Well,
James is bigger!
Yes!
Let's have a look and see whether The Apprentice is one of the most talked about things this week. Course. Yes, it was the final of The Apprentice. I don't pretend to know much about business, but after watching Yasmina and Kate carefully analysing their business decisions and leadership qualities, I simply can't understand why Sir Alan didn't hire the pretty one. Sir Alan's been asked to sign on as the government's enterprise czar. James has been asked to sign on. OK, Jason, Holly and David, what else of the nation are we talking about?
Well, it's got to be the
European elections,
yeah.
It's got to be the European elections, isn't it, Jimmy?
So it's just the BNP going over there taking all their jobs. It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty simple.
Someone threw an egg at him, didn't they?
Was it a British hen that laid the egg? Do we know?
It was a brown egg that was thrown, and that's what hurt.
I don't understand why the BNP even want to be, you know, in the European Parliament, because they're always going to be sat next to foreigners, aren't they, all the time? Unless that might cure them. They go over there and go, actually, it's quite nice, and the people are really friendly. Oh, what's that? Oh, cross-on. I'm no longer a racist.
There's no difference to UKIP. All UKIP have got is we don't like Europe.
Yeah.
So people who vote for them vote for UKIP. They say, oh, we don't like Europe. But it's kind of pointless, UKIP going there, because they don't like Europe. It's a bit like going to someone's birthday party who you hate, refusing to sing happy birthday, eating all the cake and then going, this is a shit party.
Then did you see the size of the voting paper for it?
Yeah, it was long.
It was like a piece of bog roll. It just stretched it all the way across the floor.
I just crossed all of them out and just put Hamas. They'll sort this borough out.
OK, let's have a look and see whether the European elections is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, of course. Yes, the European election results were out this week. The BNP has complained of media bias, which is fair enough. You're not even allowed to describe the BNP leader on television till after the watershed, and even then they sometimes bleep the word Sean, Jeremy and James, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it Gordon Ramsay's been making friends in Australia? Well, he was actually been told off by the Australian Prime Minister, wasn't he? He was called the lowest form of life, because he called a TV presenter a pig. He said she was a pig-faced woman. And I thought it's quite ironic, him calling someone a pig when his face looks like crackling. Burnt crackling.
One of the things she said was that he called her a lesbian pig, and he's gone, I never called her a lesbian. And he's been...
This is the picture that he put up. And in fairness to him, she does look a little bit like a pig in that.
Yeah. She's probably got a recipe that said, while the jus is reducing, you can Photoshop a woman to look like a six-titted pig. If you did an interview, you've done lots of interviews, haven't you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
You've never thought the next day thinking, I know what I'm going to do, I'm going to mock them up looking like a six-titted pig. Even if you've thought about it, you haven't bothered to do it.
I sort of feel a bit sorry for Gordon. When the Daily Mail demands an apology, you know, we demand an apology. So he then goes on the television, which he did, and said, I'm very sorry. And now we demand more.
They called his apology snivelling.
Yes, snivelling.
So they
apology.
demanded an apology, he apologised, and then they went, snivelling apology. Yeah. Well, he can't win then, can he?
What they want you to do is stand outside the Daily Mail offices with a cheese grater just rubbing your face off like that.
I think you'll find Gordon Ramsay's already done that. Have you not seen the effect?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. How can he go around and deliver, you know, insults about how people look? He makes Ronnie Wood look like Hannah Montana, doesn't he? When he shuts his eyes, it's like someone's put a chef's hat on a walnut.
What I can tell you, it's not one of the most talked about things this week. This is the story that Gordon Ramsay has insulted an Australian TV presenter. The general rule is when you're accused of being insensitive towards women by an Australian, you've got problems. Jason, David, Fern, what have the nation been talking about?
Go on, Dave.
They've been talking about a footballer called either Terry John or John Terry.
No one is quite sure.
No. And what he's done is he's had sex with a lady.
It's like most of these sort of stories. I read them and I think, I've got my own problems. Do you know what I mean? When I read it, I thought to myself, like the radiator in our bathroom won't turn off, so it's dead on. It's really hot all the time.
It does seem bizarre how big it... I mean, it's just been absolutely...
Both.
Everywhere, yeah.
Both
and he
ways.
tried to get a gagging order, didn't he? But she said she wasn't into the kinky stuff. Fern, you're a married woman. What do you think of John Terry's antics?
Well, I think that she knew that that's what he does.
Do you think he's a role model? That's the thing. That's what they keep going, don't they? They keep going, he's not a role model. And I think, hold on, he's on 170 grand a week and he shagged a French underwear model. He's a role model.
I mean, it's just, he's done a terrible thing and it was my husband, I'd kill him and all of that stuff. But it is the World Cup year and I think we're all hoping... After the World Cup...
Hang on. If you listen carefully, you can hear Emmeline Pankhurst turning in her grave.
I feel sorry for that girl, although she did allegedly sleep with a number of the Chelsea... Like, how many footballers do you have to have sex with before you become an official mascot? Let's see.
In my case, it was 6.
Well, they're kicking off anecdote about him, like, losing the England captaincy. And, but you're like, well, who are you going to give it to? Who else is it? You're going to give it to Steven Gerrard? Steven Gerrard, he punched the DJ the other week. Then you've got Wayne Rooney. He likes to have a little play with grannies every so often, you know.
He didn't know they were grannies, did he? To be fair, in Liverpool, a granny's about 38.
The only reason I think we should question whether he should play for England at all is that he has had sex with so many women, and apparently, something I read, he had sex with somebody on crutches in a toilet.
Yeah.
If he'll have sex with anyone, and what I'm concerned about in terms of his football career is he'll be running down towards goal, and maybe the wind will blow, and a linesman will show a little bit too much leg, and Terry will be on him like a tiger, covering him full of his evil seed.
Also, if you want to have sex with someone in a toilet, it's much more room to have sex with someone in a disabled toilet. So someone with crutches gets the front of the queue.
Yeah. Think on, Terry.
They're all right, them disabled toilets. You've got all them handles and that, so you can do, you know, and then... you know, a little CD player and some candles and that. It's quite romantic.
Candles?
Yeah, candles.
I've never been in one with candles.
No, you've got to bring your own candles, you weirdo.
Sean, you're a Chelsea fan. What... Yeah. Does it annoy you?
I can't really comment on it because, as they say, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, you know? What? I mean, the reason I have... I mean, it's not quite the same as John Terry, but I was round a friend of mine's house and he had to go to pick something up from the post office, you know, like you do with those cards, and while he was out, I had a bite of his toast.
What you don't know is that 4 other people on this panel also had a bite of that toast, so...
I had my bite in a disabled toilet.
To be honest, if he comes back from South Africa with the World Cup, I think he can sleep with most of our missuses, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone will have any
I
problem.
think if he comes back from South Africa, the World Cup, he'll have nicked it.
Let's have a look and see whether John Terry's one of the most talked about things this week. Of course he is, of course. Yes, the tabloids have reported that John Terry cheated on his wife with a teammate's girlfriend. Vanessa Parancel fell for Terry when she first saw his tackle, and she loved it when he got it in the box. She was amazed by his ball control, especially when she saw him dribble around the goal mouth. And then shoot and score. She was incredibly impressed that he could shoot not once, not twice, but 3 times in 90 minutes, and she loved it when they changed ends at half-time. But what really impressed her was when he'd finished playing football, he took her home and f***ed her. Sean, Holly, Greg, what do you like the look of?
The alien thing.
You want the A, Holly? Yes, Holly's chosen the alien.
OK.
Please.
You've gone for the picture of the alien. Here is a clip of Patrick Moore talking to a man who can genuinely speak alien.
Mr. Bernard Byron from Essex moves in a realm of the unknown which makes it very difficult for us to disprove him. And yet he has the charm, the cheerfulness and the courage which is common to all independent thinkers.
How many languages can you speak?
I can speak altogether 3 of the space languages. One is Venusian, the second is Kruger, the planet Kruger 60b, and Pluto.
How did you learn these languages?
These languages have been a gift sent from me from the actual people by rays.
What about Plutonian? What does that sound like?
Plutonian is
What does that mean, actually?
That means, how are all you? I am very pleased to see you this afternoon.
What I like about that is it makes out that aliens have a concept of our hours, like they have before and afternoons.
Also, I used to be able to speak alien, but I've got my bottom teeth grew back. OK, here is your related question. Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials?
What's your definition of an extraterrestrial?
Well, terrestrial is like BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extraterrestrials like Men and Motors, UK Living. Have I misunderstood this question?
Aliens, basically aliens.
What I don't understand about aliens is they travel millions of light years. Do they ever come and meet the president or anything, do they? It's like, oh, no, I'm going to hang out with some rednecks and have sex with them in the night.
Maybe they're more like you than you think.
Looking at this picture, why don't you get fat aliens? I mean, they can eat anything they want, can't they? They're aliens.
Jabba the Hutt, he was fat.
Yeah.
He wasn't an alien.
He was?
He wasn't.
What was he?
He wasn't real.
So you mean real
Talking about
aliens?
real ones, like this one
real
here.
ones. It is fun when people do spot aliens, though. Like what I like about... There was something a while back in Dudley where apparently Dudley is like a hotspot in this country for UFO activity, right? Somebody rang up to say they'd seen a UFO and they went, what's it like? And they went, it looks like a Dorito. And they now, when describing shapes, who gets to Dorito before triangle?
Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials? Yes or no, Sean?
I don't think they do. I think they're quite a rational bunch.
OK, what do you think? What are you going to go with? Yes or no?
Oh.
I think they do.
I think they do.
There's a lot of space out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go true then.
OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 54% of our audience said they believe in extraterrestrials. Robbie Williams, Uri Geller, Krista Berg, Gloria Honeyford, David Icke, Danny Dyer, Howard from the Halifax ads. They all believe in aliens. Can they all be wrong? Did you know, for example, koalas are asleep 80% of the time? So keep it down. 91% of people over 60 think we show less respect for each other than we did in the past. Silly old fuckers. And a single kiss can contain 40,000 parasites, 250 types of bacteria, and up to 0.45 grams of fat. A French kiss is the same, but it can also contain dog shit and garlic. Let's get started. OK, there's one more thing in the news.
It's Mother's Day on Sunday. People have been talking about that. I bought a card today. It's the biggest rip-off in the world. It's cards. They've invented occasions. I mean, Mother's Day is pretty legitimate, but I mean, happy bonfire night. Isn't it happy bonfire night? Congratulations on your first shag. How irritating you've got thrush. Things like that. And
Congratulations on your hung jury. That's always a nice one.
Well, I got to the till and I went, I'll have that card, please. Nice card, it's got roses on it. She went, that'll be £3.99. Isn't it fucking won't? For a bit of card, it's a bit of £3.99. I went to Boots next door and I got a gift voucher, £1, and you get a card with it. So. And you don't have to send a gift voucher, you just send a card. Go back in next week with another £1. Have a gift voucher, please. There you go.
What are you getting your mum for Mother's Day? Sorry, that was in English, wasn't it? Yeah.
She might want to keep it a secret. She doesn't want her mum to know. That's why she's...
I don't know whether Maggie watches this. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Well, I can tell you Mother's Day is not on the list. It's one of the smaller stories this week. Of course, everyone loves their mum, even if they've done really bad things, like systematically dismantle the unions or destroy the welfare state or go to war to win an election. Fingers on buzzers. Any other idea what's in the top 5?
Is it the story about the teacher who's suing for sexual discrimination because she was given a humorous chair? She had a flatulent chair, a chair that made fart noises when she sat in it. She said she was deliberately given this chair to undermine her position.
Apparently, this happened for 4 years. So you'd think, you know, after 6 months, she might get another chair.
But sorry, for 4 years?
4 years, apparently, this happened.
She said she had to constantly go explain it. She goes, so it's not me, it's the chair. Occasionally she'd go, that was me.
The trouble is she wasn't taken seriously. I mean, she went to the governors and said, look, my chair farts. And they went, who smelled it out?
I've got the picture. Do you want to see it?
You got it?
Yeah, have a look.
The face,
She looks
her expression
worried.
there.
She looks like she's holding a fart in.
Well, let's have a look and see if the farting chair is up there. Amazingly, it's one of the most talked about things this week. This is the story about a teacher who sued her school because they gave her a farting chair. She had made a really convincing case for herself at the tribunal until she let one rip and blew the judge's wig off. Jason, your team to go first. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now. It's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, so we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming. You know what I'm saying? In Manchester, there's people, like, looting B&Q for sleighs and wellies. Like, rock salt has got a bigger street value than crack cocaine. It's not...
Charlie, how are things in the square? How's Doc coping?
Yeah, I think she's all right. I don't know.
Because it's icy outside the Vic, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they're getting on all right, I think.
Of course they are. They recorded it months ago,
Oh,
so
yeah, exactly.
it's not snowing there, it's fine.
But no, they're doing stuff at the moment, which will come out in about 8 weeks, so that'll look a bit weird.
That's a shame, because everything else in EastEnders is so realistic.
I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
I basically...
You just press everything.
You know, there's...
Lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage go...
And so I've got no heating in my house. So my kids are sleeping. We're all sleeping in the same bed, and I've put the kids in tights. And they wear tights, right? And one of them's only little.
OK, good.
Listen to that, listen to Claudia. That is as irrelevant as most of the news coverage. If you watch the news, the coverage of the news is just ridiculous. People go, and we're going live to a gritting depot in Cheshire. There's a woman standing there going, yes, I'm outside the Cheshire gritting depot, and there's a lot of grit moving out. They're doing it all night, getting the grit on the road, so... back over to you in the studio. It's some snow, that's it.
You do watch it and think travel chaos, yeah? Why'd you bother going there, then?
Yes.
If there's such travel chaos, how have you got the film crews everywhere in the country? This is the worst affected area. We've just arrived with a camera.
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done the snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty bastard? Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry, good.
Do you homeschool?
Not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. All the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them.
What do you wear? No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I'll come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I wouldn't I wouldn't do something like that, you know.
Are they not sick of you, though? Like, after spending all day with you and then they get home? Well, they're at home.
Number one, we don't spend all day
Okay.
doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time. And we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip? My mummy's getting the bikini waxed. Good luck, kids. Shall we have a look and see whether the weather is one of the most talked about things this week? I have a feeling it might be. Of course. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Sean, Claudia and Shappy, your turn first.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like the look of?
Oh, the magician's hat.
You've chosen the magician. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
As a professional magician for the past 16 years, I've seen firsthand the powerful effect that magic can have on the opposite sex. On this video, you'll see as we took a group of non-magicians, taught them the tricks, and let them loose. So let's watch now and see as they flirt with magic.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you happen to have lost this pen.
No, it's not mine.
Are you sure?
But thanks.
This pen right here?
No.
Yeah, how about meeting me back here at 11 o'clock for a drink or so?
No, no. How do I know you're not some sort of a weirdo?
Oh, I'm not a weirdo.
That's the cigarette. Because all I need you to do is blow on the cigarette when I count to 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3, blow. Look, gone.
Oh my God. So what else can you make disappear?
Flirting with magic there. OK, here's your related question.
OK.
67% of people believe in magic. True or false?
What?
Like wizards, like Harry Potter wizards.
Like wizards, Harry Potter, that sort of thing, Jesus, that sort of caper.
I think that there is magical things going on.
What sort of magical things?
Not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Well, I believe that the sky isn't the sky.
What do you think it is?
It's something else.
Really?
Unless the 67% of the people were children, that's impossible. Like, everybody knows. Disappearing is like an illusion. Card tricks is, card
But
trick.
some people do genuinely believe that David Bale...
That's
Find me one
rubbish.
person over the age of 5.5 who believes in
What about Darren Brown? Because he always says at the beginning, this isn't magic, and then he does loads of things that you're like, that was magic?
I think it was magic that he you know, the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
he picked the lottery numbers after they'd been announced. I thought that was amazing. That
pretty-
convinced people that was a trick.
The thing with Darren Brown is that it's not just that he can do these things, it's that everybody in here, if you met Darren Brown and he started talking to you, you'd be thinking, what's he doing to me mind? Like, it's almost more important sometimes. If I was Darren Brown and everyone thought I could do anything, if I saw someone asleep on the train, say, I'd have a little wander over, right? I'd pull my pants down, right? I'd give him a little nudge, I'd go, thanks for that, mate, and then walk off, and he'd be...
OK, 67% of people believe in magic. True or false? What are you going to go with?
It's true.
True, yes.
OK, you're going to go true. You're going to go...
I reckon it's true.
Are 67% of people asked mental?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should go against them at least.
Do you think?
Let's
Time?
go false. Sorry, Bradley. I mean, just... I couldn't do that.
Sorry, Bradley?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sure. Do you know that, like, the whole time I've been saying, don't call him Bradley, don't call him Bradley, the whole time. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. That's fine.
OK, we'll go with false then. I don't even know what's happening.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false.
Ooh, well played.
What do you think? What have the nation been talking about this week?
Gay marriage has been, it's passed. It's made civil partnerships are now worthless. They're like Jessop's vouchers for telescopes.
More Tories voted against the bill than for it. 136 against, 127 for.
I don't know what they're worried about. They think there's going to be like leather confetti flying around. Oh, you can't have them getting married. There's bloody leather confetti.
A lot of the Tories who voted against it probably are, you know, deep
back in the old closet anyway and like a bit of the old naughty. So they're like, well, fuck that. We're not going to let anyone else be happy while I'm stuck in this loveless sham of a marriage when really I want to be, you know.
You're not saying a lot of the key words in this, are you? A lot of the key bits of information in this sentence, you're going,
you know where we're at. We all know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I don't understand is they can't force view change. Like, vicars are still going to be against it, aren't they? So the actual ceremony is still going to be quite... When you get to the end, you'll have the vicar going, does anybody else know of any lawful impediment? Why, these two heathens should not be wet.
What does the Bible say?
The Catholic Church, I don't think, approve of gay marriage because the kind of people they're attracted to aren't old enough to get married.
This is crazy.
But isn't this one of those things we're going to look back at in a few years? We're going to say, I can't believe there wasn't such a thing as gay marriage until 2013. You know what I mean? We're going to look back at it and say, what?
Yeah.
Can you believe there wasn't such a thing as gay marriage in church?
Eventually, people go, I can't believe men used to marry women. That's mental.
What? That's nuts! What's the world coming to?
They're not compatible, are they, men and women? It seems mental when you look back at it.
I'd marry a man. You marry a man, you take turns putting the bins out.
The horse burgers, it's gone mad. It's even it's affected Burger King, and that's what seems to surprise people. But if your main burger is called a Whopper, that's a fair admission that even you don't know what's inside it. Yeah, you want a flame grilled Whopper, do you? Get that downside you. I'm not going to tell you. Even their fish burgers have got seahorse in it.
What are the cows doing that were meant to be in the burgers? Where are they hiding? Have they sneaked off somewhere? They've like not gone into work.
There's a couple down here, actually.
And now they're all hiding, disguised somewhere. Are they like the French Resistance? Are they living in people's houses?
A very good thing will come out of all this, that people in general, whatever you eat, even if you eat like corn, you still don't know what's in it. People are far too trusting of packaging. We just buy something. Tesco packaging might as well just say on it, close your eyes, open your mouth, Tesco, go and give you one. Even no idea, just eat this. It's brown, it's meaty.
What's the end of that phrase? Close your...
It's open your mouth, close your eyes. Tesco gonna give you a good surprise.
You really...
The Richard III's body has been found in a car park in Leicester.
will they get the killer?
Yeah.
I like the fact his feet were missing, apparently, because in the 1600s they were extending the friary under which he was buried, and some builders digging down accidentally cut his feet off. So all that shows is the builders haven't changed in 400 years, have they? It's amazing what they can tell from the skeleton. They're very clever now. They know that his hands were tied like that. They know he got a massive whack on the back of his head, which take a chunk out of his skull out. And you could see his brain through the back of his head. And as he was being carried off, he got stabbed in the arse with a dagger. But if you do go out in Leicester on a Saturday night, what do you expect?
It's worth thinking about if you had to be buried in a car park, which one? I'm picking the Knaresborough Civic Council car park. I'm Bagsy in that.
Good choice.
It's an amazing car park. It's cheap. It overlooks the viaduct. It's by the ruins of the castle. You've got a bowling green, and it's right by the police station, so you're safe.
Do you reckon he had a Brummie accent?
Well, they think he might because of the way he spelt certain words.
But how can they figure that one out? Like, he had a Brummie accent.
They can't.
No, exactly.
They're full of
Exactly.
Tony, do you think you would make a good medieval king?
Me? Oh, I've already done it. Yeah, it was all right. I was a better Dark Age king, to be honest. More of an axe-type battler. Swords are a bit dandy. I was more... Oh.
You were rubbish as a pharaoh, though, weren't you? You didn't do very well.
Oh, not a good pharaoh. No. Not a good pharaoh at all. Too hot for me, and I'm a bit pale.
This is the last king to die in battle, that's when royals really deserved or earned their place, their crown. I think Prince Charles, the most dangerous thing he's done is pinch Camilla's arse.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, because she could either hit you or sleep with you.
You don't need her, though. If it kicks off, she could end up in a Tesco's value burger. you have chosen Cian Egan. I just always when I say your name, I feel like I'm saying Kevin Keegan, but I've had a stroke. Here's your question. Most people would rather be in a band than a solo singer. True or false?
I'd like to be in Little Mix. I'd like to be like the one and go, what's he doing in Little Mix? But no, but they get a new member. Then Little Mix have announced they've got a new member, and it's me. What would you...
I reckon most people prefer to be in a band.
Because you got friends around you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the whole idea of being in a band, you know. It's a bit cooler than I'm a singer on my own.
A bit cooler? You know you were in Westlife, right?
Yes, I know I was in Westlife.
Can you name all the other members?
Did you know each other growing up, all of you guys?
Yeah, we did, yeah. We went to school together.
That's proper band then, right? That's what
Did
want.
you? I didn't realise you went to school together. I thought you were...
No, we went to school together.
So you knew each other since what age?
Well, me, Shane and Mark we were in the same class as each other and we started the band up and then Brian and Nicky joined about a year later.
At what point did Louis swoop?
Very early.
So are you a solo artist now?
No, I'm not a solo artist. I was a member of a boy band for 15 years.
And your voice is just broken.
It's just breaking. It's only happened in 10 years.
I had to leave. They threw you out. Sean, David, Tim, your turn first.
Well, I think we've got Tim here. We'll go for the gentleman who looks like he does a bit of rap.
OK, you've chosen the rapper. Here is a clip to illustrate your question.
Boys and girls, the Lord Jesus Christ is the one who gives us new life, and he's doing a new thing for us.
It always doing it. God is doing a new thing. God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. Yo, who's doing it? God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hit me.
You know they're doing a no thing.
Here is your related question, OK? Most people would rather be a rap star than Prime Minister. Do you think that's true or false?
True.
Absolutely true. Why
You think it's true? You want to be a rap star?
Why wouldn't you?
You might get shot, Tim.
I'm not a rap star and I
die
got
young.
shot, so it happens.
You got capped, didn't you, brother?
Yeah.
That's pretty whack, if you ask me. I mean...
That's how I felt about it.
So when you were...
No.
Doesn't hurt. Where'd you get it?
Just in the arm.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tim Westwood, you would want to be a rap superstar, right?
All day.
All day?
Yeah, all the time, yes.
I like the idea that a rapper would stop at night. Yeah. I would bang another hoe, but early start in the morning. This will surprise people, but I'm not a fan of rap. Yeah, I think they've basically taken music and just stopped doing the singing bit. We'll keep the backing, but we'll just talk.
I interviewed Cliff Richard and he said much the same thing.
Yeah.
You are at one on that.
That's another thing you've got in common with him.
People forget that Cliff Richard was pretty cool for a while.
David O'Doherty, would you rather be Prime Minister or rap superstar?
Well, I would make a terrible rap star. I am the least hip-hop person that I know.
Make a bloody good umpire, though.
Ireland beat England in cricket recently, and no one knows how to play it. You'd get the man hit it into the stand, and half the people in the pub I was watching it with were like, "Oh, well, that's ruined." Is that good? Yes! Take that, 800 years.
So what do you think, Prime Minister or
I think
rap
people
star?
would much rather be a rap star. If you're a rap star, you can put hose on expenses, whereas you can't. You're Prime Minister, can you? Yeah.
It's the same for rap stars and gardeners.
OK, so you're all going rap star?
Yes, I think so,
OK, what about over here?
I would say no one wants to be Prime Minister, do they? So...
Not even the Prime Minister wants to be Prime Minister at the moment. You know, wouldn't imagine.
It's a lot of responsibility either way. Is there an option for neither?
There is, and you are living it.
I think we're going rap star, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I can tell you that it is false. Only 34% of people would rather be a rapper than Prime Minister. I'd mix the two and become MP Diddy. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Top gadget that makes British people happy.
Is it Inspector Gadget?
It is not, but it should be. Top gadget. What makes you happy? What gadget has changed your life, John?
You're really asking the wrong guy in terms of, you know, most people. Generally, in my life, I would say the gadget that's blown my mind the most is the boiled egg slicer.
You just press it and it... Oh, what a doing.
It's like a little cradle, and you just put the egg to bed, and it says, all right, Mr. Egg, you're going to be... Also, I've got a pickled onion grabber.
Is it your hand? It's not a gadget. Oh.
It is for you, Mr. Vinegar Fingers.
No! Curse my vinegar fingers.
Just looks like a pen. You press it, little prongs come out like that. Pickled onion, madam. There we go.
The ladies must just swoon.
John's only problem is he's had to take it next door to someone to open the jar for him. Mr. Bronson, could you open my pickled onion jar? I've got some ladies coming round.
Dinner, ladies. Top gadget, what do you think? What's the best gadget?
Well, it's got to be iPhone, hasn't it? Because
An
that's
iPhone's
got
number
music
3.
on it. I always think if I could have gone back and told myself when I was 15 that you could carry an entire record collection that was also a phone and a computer, I would have just blown my fucking mind. In your back, like it's this big. How is that even possible? It's just a daily miracle.
It is, yeah, it is basically, it's magic.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff in my house that if it didn't exist, you could fashion it out of twigs.
Yeah.
The iPhone, good luck. As far as I'm concerned, it's made by pixies.
I don't have an iPhone, but I have an iPod. And sometimes I pretend that my iPod is an iPhone. I'm talking to someone who's really boring. I mean, I got it. Hello? And then I go, oh, look, it's Prince.
We're all still happy with the telly, aren't we? That's still the best one.
No.
No?
No.
What's better? There's nothing better than
The
the
phone,
telly.
you can have the fucking telly on. The phone's got everything else as well.
No, it's going to be a laptop. It's going to be a laptop, definitely.
I like the iron because it keeps the missus quiet. She's happy and she's busy.
Headphones?
Headphones don't even make...
Is it a clog rack?
Is it a what?
Clog rack. You know, you got all your clogs. Christ,
Mine are
just
just
put all these clogs. And you go, shit, there's a clog rack. Great. And you go, oh, thank God. You know, it's nothing better than you've got all your clogs. From all the different colours, the rainbow, all lined up. Is it a clog rack?
No. I will give you a clue.
Couldn't live without that, baby.
You were pretty close with the TV, but it's better than normal TV.
Computer.
Oh, Sky Plus.
That's the right answer.
Oh, my God, I nearly said that.
Of course. Yes, the top gadget that makes British people happy is Sky Plus. I know News International are accused of systematic criminality. They're morally retarded. They've descended from the gutter to the sewer. But seriously, Series Link has changed my life.
HMV have gone into liquidation. They've suddenly realised that people aren't buying videos and DVDs and CDs off them anymore, and that there's this thing called the internet where they are doing it. And so, and then they looked around and think, hey, hang on, we've got huge stores all over the world, and we aren't making any money, so let's close them all and not do it anymore because we're losing a lot of money. That's my analysis of it.
My husband loves a bargain bucket. Do you know how many copies we've got of The Grinch? He comes home, he goes, Claude, look what I found.
Another cheap bucket.
Another bucket. I've got a Guinness.
The fear is just that there'll be no shops left. You know, in a few years, there'll just be, you know, those ones that they're called like Value Bastard, and they just sell 20 cigarette lighters taped to a bottle of bleach from Ukraine. You know, one of those ones.
Okay, so are you going to miss it, David? I mean...
I don't really have any nostalgia for it.
But it's a record store, basically, and it's not in the high street anymore. They're going to have a lot more chairs in the Topshop change... You know that place outside where the sad boyfriends sit? Outside the changing rooms. They've got, like, 4 seats, and you sit there going... They're going to have to expand that massively, because normally you would just go, I'm just going to pop to HMV for half an hour and waste some time and buy some stuff we're never going to watch.
I go to Top Man without a girlfriend. Nobody knows. I just sit there all day. She'll never find the one she wants, lads, eh? Oh! Let's all go for a beer while she's in there. Let's all...
It's Top Shop that the girls go to. You're going to Top Man, you've said that.
Still works, doesn't it, Top Man? It's got, oh, she's in there, and they're all like, oh, tell me about her.
She's in there?
Trying on a suit.
Oh.
She tells me she's a woman.
I haven't checked.
Bernard told me she's a woman.
Trying to find something that does make her Adam's apple look big.
Let me tell you, I saw her going in, and you've got the Top Man. Well done.
She really struggles to find shoes.
I can't walk into... What was the other one? Top Girl.
Top Shop.
Top Shop. I can't walk into Top Shop without a girlfriend. I look like a bloody pervert, wouldn't I?
And now you had a DVD out at Christmas, right?
Thanks, mate.
Did you go...
Still available in the shops, half price now.
Did you go... Is that... Do you think that's what...
Do you think I killed HMV?
Well, just... John, Tess, Stephen, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
What about old Chris Hoon?
Oh, yes.
Go on, so explain the story, John. What's the full story?
Well, 10 years ago, Chris Hoon was doing 69 in a 50, and he had 9 points. He didn't want to lose his licence, so allegedly he bullied his wife into taking the points. Then he left his wife for a woman who genuinely used to do the PR for Top of the Pops. Now, she has had a career, hasn't she? PR for Top of the Pops, Chris Hoon, and I wouldn't be surprised if she turned out to be your accountant. She has had a bad...
He's a div, though, because, you know, I mean, a whole political career down the toilet for 3 points is one thing, but he's besmirched the good name of politicians. Very, very rarely are in the news for the wrong... Occasionally you'll get the... Jeffrey Archer, I remember, you know, he was supposed to have shagged prostitutes and he lied in court. But apart from... Well, Jonathan Aitken, he lied in court, didn't he? But apart from those two... Well, you had Neil Hamilton getting brown envelopes full of cash from Mohammed Al-Fayed. But apart... Well, you also had Jackie Smith and her husband putting porn movies on expenses. So, and the bloke who put his duck house on expenses. And John Major, when he did his Back to Basics thing, he was nobbing Edwina Curry. We had cash for questions, cash for honours, cash for influence, arms to Iraq. But apart from those scandals, politicians have had a very, very good name in this country.
Sean, what are the weird, strange things that people are interested in?
Oh.
What do you think?
UFOs. UFOs.
Yes.
I think he's saying UFOs.
UFO. Here we go, straight away.
You believe in UFOs, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah, I've seen them.
You've seen them? What did you see when you saw them?
Well, I see a UFO, didn't I? I don't know what it was, but it was flying about. It wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't a plane, it was a UFO.
Could it have been a kite?
Might have been a kite. I think it's ridiculous to think we're the only things out there, and it's depressing if we are, no? Do you know what I mean? We're the most intelligent things out there.
Well, not you
Not
specifically.
me, specifically.
We walked into that.
If aliens do land, I'd quite like to be the person that greets them off the spaceship.
I think... the chances of you being elected to that post...
Well, I'd actually make a very good ambassador for the planet, actually, Jimmy.
What would you say when you met the
Well,
alien?
for a start, I'm polite. I know. I'd lay on a buffet. And my mum's got a car, so if they need driving about, happy to do it.
You do have the look of someone who's been abducted. They usually...
Yeah.
They go for your type.
No one believes us.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking is if you had been abducted, you can't prove it, can you?
No, I can't.
You can only say you've been abducted.
Danny, you went to America and you properly went in and saw footage of these.
I went and see a geezer called Stan Romanek.
Right.
Who's been abducted since he was a kid. I sound like such a prick talking about this.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff.
Listen, and he's been abducted since he was a kid, and he showed me some mad shit, right?
What did he show you? Because I saw the documentary.
He showed me an alien poking his head through a window.
You can't argue with that.
Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Can't. What can you say? You
It popped his little nut up over the window. Had a look at him. He screams. He showed me another one with.
But what was the other one?
The other one was in his kitchen. This one, it's got in. And you see its fingers come around the door frame, right long fingers.
Right.
They could come around, and then it's got a massive nut. This one, bigger than the other one.
Right. And then what? Did it say anything? Did it have a message?
No, it didn't say just looked at him.
I'm on the internet all the time. I tell you what I do. I shop on the internet. I buy absolutely everything on the internet.
You're not worried about fraud and all that sort of stuff?
No.
You're not worried about people nicking your identity and that?
No.
I bet your password is proper confusing though, isn't it? You've got an amazing password that you've actually got to solve 3 sums to get the password.
I buy a ton of books from Amazon, but I actually go to the factory and I never ever use their website.
You just go to the depot in Leicester?
Yeah, and there's one in Germany. I just like to be able to browse and see them in the boxes and, you know...
It would be amazing if Amazon opened up a shop where you could browse.
Yeah.
I find it weird when they do that thing where they sort of suggest other things that you might like to buy.
Yeah.
Because of what you've bought previously. Like, I bought your DVD at Christmas, right? And then it
Thanks
said,
so much.
you like Jimmy Carr's DVD, you might also like a Police Academy 5 assignment Miami Beach.
Whereas actually, you'd be more likely to like Mission to Moscow, which is the 6th in the series.
But you were great in both of those films, so...
I tell you, I bought your DVD at Christmas as well, and quite rightly, you know, they offer you things that you think would be associated. And there's an inflatable bondage chair that came up online. But sadly...
there must have been some other things that you bought as well. I'll tell you what you would love.
They were also offering Mein Kampf. Tonight, Jimmy, you might like Mein Kampf. It's a book by a young writer called Adolf Hitler.
999. It is, the recommendations is an odd thing because it's sort of... I don't mind buying stuff on Amazon, but when the recommendations come up, I do sometimes think, is that me? I've got to change.
It would freak you out if it happened in Tesco, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If you were, like, buying some tuna and someone went, do you like tuna? You tried it with pasta? It's well nice. Or if somebody came and bought your shopping last minute. Like, you've done all the work, bought it, and you put your bid in for your shopping, you're lining up in Tesco and someone's gone, I think you'll find that's my shopping now.
David, do you buy anything on... You buy eBay stuff, don't you?
I recently bought on eBay a 5-foot actual-size inflatable giant penguin. And it's the first time ever in my life I have thought, wow, when my parents were my age, they had 2 kids in a house, and I have an actual-size 5-foot...
Right, let's have a look and see whether shopping is one of the top 5 uses of the internet.
Yay!
Yes! Shopping is, of course, one of the top 5 uses of the internet. The thing I love about internet shopping is when it gets delivered and you're not in, and you get to go and pick it up from an industrial estate 7 miles from your house. And on the way back, you have to drive past the shop you could have bought it from in the first fucking place. The worst thing about internet grocery shopping is the substitution. So if they've run out of butter, let's say, they bring you margarine. I've got a list of... these are all genuine substitutions that have happened to shoppers, OK? This is from the Guardian website, OK? Genuine substitutions. Someone bought some lychees and they replaced them, because they didn't have any lychees, they replaced them with Dairy Lee. Near enough, fine, OK. Headache tablets. They wanted headache tablets. They got dishwasher tablets.
See, that lychees... Dairy Lee isn't a real cheese, so it is technically a lying cheese.
I can't believe you're defending them. OK, this is, I think, my favourite. There's 2 more. 12 toilet rolls replaced with a pack of nappies. I imagine when the grocery shopping arrives, oh, thank God you're here. Well, OK, this is the best thing ever, OK? They didn't have any Tampax, so they replaced them with a Twix bar. It's a genuine thing. Clearly someone in a stockroom has gone, well, that's about the... Yeah. Good luck, love.
Do you know what? When you eat them, they do feel like they expand inside you, don't
He's talking about tampons.
Yes! Not Twix bars, ugh.
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy. You know, it's like, have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you were, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know, and...
But being the world's, best Twitter is like being the world's strongest dwarf, isn't it, really?
So are you a big Twitter fan then, Sean?
I just think, I don't mind people doing it, I just wish they wouldn't mention it. I wish they would just do it and keep quiet about it. So, what are you doing? Twittering. Shut up, don't want to know. I think what it is, it's basically digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema. Yes, I'm going to the cinema. I'm going to see Avatar again. 3D, rocks. Yeah. I think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
What's weird about Twitter is the way people... Like, before, people would spot you in, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd be like, now, I got a message over there, took me and my wife, we went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
It's okay.
Nando's and then the movies.
Yeah,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They were actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted...
What, just come over and go? You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter. One day, your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf. And I'm going to go, serves them right.
You what, Sean? It's going to be your shelf. David, what are you on? Facebook or...?
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to... look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. Of course it is. Of course.
Gwyneth Paltrow's fanny candle.
Yes.
Tell me everything you know about this.
She's made a candle that smells the same as her vagina.
Yes.
Thank God it wasn't just me that I thought I was the only one who heard about this.
Gwyneth Paltrow also sells vagina eggs. That it's like resistance training for drug mules. You put like an egg up yourself and then you like go around all day and go to your CEO job or whatever, and then you have really strong pelvic floor.
And a lovely boiled egg when you get home. No, it's an extraordinary story. So, Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle brand, Goop, has released a candle called This Smells Like My Vagina.
It sounds like an accident. This smells like my vagina.
But
it sounds like...
we couldn't get the candle. It's $75, but it's sold out.
It's sold out because Chris Martin bought them all to reminisce. He just lit them all in one room, just remembering.
You could release a candle, couldn't you? Like a knob candle.
Yeah.
That smells of like parmesan and jizz and WD-40.
Just stick a wick in a bit of a gorgonzola. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong here. I love a vagina.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, the smell's not my favourite part.
It's all about context, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to smell a vagina when you're expecting to smell a vagina. It's like toast.
Yes.
If you're making toast and you can smell toast, great.
And if you can't...
If you're not making toast and you can smell toast, you need to call an ambulance.
It's a stroke.
Well, we've had one made up. I don't know if you can read that, but we got the ingredients from their website of what was in it.
What's in it?
It's citrusy bergamot.
Bergamot?
She wishes it smelled like bergamot.
Have a go on that. Is that what yours...
No, it's not.
Let's have a look.
Well, I don't know. I don't smell it myself.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
You're as many as hell now.
I'll be the judge of this. Oh, yeah, darling, it's remarkably similar.
It's a very nice candle.
Every single person who sees that candle is going to want to smell it, aren't they?
Because, no way.
Because,
Chris Martin would not have got divorced.
Rob, let me give the other guys a go.
It's a lovely candle.
It's a nice candle.
Very nice.
You know the goop thing isn't hers either.
It's not her goop.
No. It's a bunch of investors paid her to be the spokesperson for it. It's not her company.
Whose vagina have I just sniffed then? So many questions.
Excuse me, on this side, we think our vaginas smell like this.
That is exactly what my vagina smells
Because,
Phil, go in and find out.
We'll just...
So big.
Wow.
So willies don't smell great either. Let's not all like
What? Made a candle of it.
Exactly. No one's trying to make you smell
I'll
it.
tell you why my willy doesn't smell nice, because it's just been in a vagina.
I'm sick of people saying, if you vote this way, you'll end up in bed with Nigel Farage or you'll wake up with Nigel Farage. You know, just tell every newspaper now, I've pictured every sexual possibility between me and Nigel Farage as a result of some headline. Or if you vote Green Party, you'll end up giving him a blowjob and a spoons. I'm never going to sleep with him, all right? Nigel? It's not going to happen, mate.
What do you make of UKIP, Rashid?
I'm glad they're in the debate. I think it's like X Factor. It's always better at the beginning with all the nutters. I think you should earn your place in the final. It shouldn't be just you get to the final. It should be like X Factor. And I think we could have a real telly show on our hands.
There's Simon Cowell watching this, writing this down.
I'm writing it down, as a matter of fact. I think it's a very good idea. And then we can all vote,
Yeah,
darling.
see how they
And
go.
and make money in the process as well.
Just get some new players, new blood at the end. Someone you thought was never going to be a leader, and then everyone crying and clapping like, he's not a prick!
Miliband, darling.
Miliband? He's out.
He's about as popular as a sneeze at Heathrow, isn't he? He's got no chance. I think the big mistake that is potentially being made here by the people who want to leave Europe is a bit like, you know, when an EastEnders actor thinks, I'll leave EastEnders, I've got a great career out there, I'll be in films, I'll be fine. And they always come like, can I come back to the square? Can I come back to the square, please? I'll do anything. I'll do Dean Gaffney's old job, anything.
Seeing it through fresh eyes as a new resident of the UK, you know, Europe has sunshine, it has topless beaches, it has opera, it has a lot of things that this country needs. So I would say don't push them away.
OK, next time you mention topless beaches, don't then do that.
Don't do that.
I mean, let's talk about coalitions. I just don't understand why doesn't Labour and Conservative do a coalition? And they'd be in power, wouldn't they? It's so obvious. You know, and people say, oh, that will never happen. Well, we never thought McFly and Busted would get together. They were like arch enemies. But now they've got the whole area sewn up and everyone's happy. Who's not happy with McBusted?
You're absolutely right. I'm over the bloody moon.
That Godfrey Bloom, the guy who left UKIP, he said he left because...
He left last Monday.
Yeah, and he said because they're too politically correct.
This is Godfrey Bloom left the UKIP last week because he claimed they were too politically correct. He's also the guy that said too much foreign aid was being sent to Bongo Bongo Land.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
They must be, darling.
They must be.
Surely, with someone like Judy Murray on there.
Yes.
Oh, has she got over the spinal surgery? I saw her dancing last week. But... I mean...
Jimmy!
What happened to her?
Carr.
She just stood there while someone danced round her. You were surprisingly nice. You pulled your punches on that one.
Yeah, it's rigor mortis is what I thought.
How did she not get voted off? I mean...
I have no clue. Well, thanks to the wonderful general public, darling, they've kept her in.
Who's your tip for this year? Who do you think's going to...
Well, there's some really good ones.
Well, there's some professional dancers on.
Well, yes, of sorts. But they haven't studied ballroom and Latin professionally.
No, and that's really that's the key dancing.
That is the key, because I think it's much harder to
I can't go on.
change.
Have you never studied... You were tap and ballet, weren't you?
Well, yeah, well, all of them, yeah.
Jazz, tap, ballet,
yeah,
love it.
totally, yeah.
You're already better than Judy's.
Even without music, that's...
Judy Murray, I like what she did.
That was terrific.
That was adorable and affordable.
It was, yeah. It was fit for filth as well. I was watching it like this year. The bad ones are really bad, aren't they? It's
Scott
like
Mills.
It's just it was
Scott,
unbelievable.
Whoa. I won't have you slagging off Scott Mills again. You were mean to him last week and he was brilliant.
It wasn't his best moment.
I thought he looked really happy. That's why I feel sad for him. He looked like it was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened. It's really sad that he's so bad at it, because he looked like he was having a moment. He looked like he thought he was nailing it.
Why do they look so happy, though? No one's ever been that happy about anything. This maniacal...
In America, you've got Dancing with the Stars, haven't you? You've got
We
the
do
glamorous...
indeed.
Would you ever consider...
Previously, I never would have, but now I know that I could.
Yeah. The bar is pretty low, it turns out.
Quite low.
Yeah.
One of the couples this week said, oh, we're gonna really go out there and take some risks. And then they just did a dance. We're gonna take risks, do it on the M62 or something.
You never know. The public are pretty amazing, actually, for choosing people to go through like they have in the past. You know, with John Sargent, they always choose the right people again.
You can't just blame the public, though. You picked Donny Osmond. Whose idea was that to have him
I
on?
did not, actually. We never got a word in edgeways, darling, with Donny on the panel.
Grabbed that guy and he said, you gotta just dance for your family. But if I ever have to dance for my family, they're all dead.
Oh, it saddens me.
He just kept going, I love your energy. I love your energy. I want it for myself. So annoying. Why are Americans so obsessed with other people's energy? It's already cost us 2 Gulf Wars. It's ridiculous.
Simon Webb has been accused of being too raunchy this year. Do you think he's been too raunchy?
No, I don't think he's raunchy enough, to be honest. He hardly used his hips at all.
Sorry, I'm talking about the dancing. Big U2 fan, you're not?
I refuse to listen to it, because it's too sinister. It's too sinister just giving someone an album. I think if I listen to it, there'll be some sort of agenda. If I woke up and there was a bag of cheese and onion crisps on my pillow, and I just saw Gary Lineker creeping out of my bedroom, I wouldn't be eating them.
People have been so angry. It's like they're like, he's trying to burgle my ears. We used to just listen to the radio, and you'd listen to whatever song was on, and a DJ would be talking over it. You know, I say DJ, paedophile. It's just a gift.
I mean, I hopped on the bandwagon. I was making fun of him when I found it just on my phone one day. But then I listened to it, and then I was very angry.
Well, it's been reported that U2 have made $100 million from Apple. That's what the deal was.
But it's backfired, hasn't it? I think rather than an apology, all I want from Bono, or Bono as I like to call him, all I want from Bono is to take his sunglasses off and show us your conceited, greedy, piggy little eyes. The NHS strike nurses.
Yeah, and midwives for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Going on strike. It's the biggest strike in 32 years, I believe.
Yes, yeah. And they're going to replace them with this thing where they're going to get the army involved. I really like the idea that they're going to get the army and that some woman's going to be delivering a baby and there'll be a sergeant major at the end of it. The bed just shouting, push!
So what do you think of the strike, Craig?
I think it's a good thing, to be honest, because I think they actually deserve a pay rise. I mean,
they're only asking for 1% as well. Yeah. They're not asking for the moon on a stick.
But 1%, like the average midwife's on about 25 grand, so 1% is like £250 over a year. Over a month, that's like £20. weekly, that's like about £4 after tax. That's like a pint of beer. And it's like, they're like superheroes. It's like Batman saved your life, the life of your unborn child, and you're like, what can I do for you, Batman? He went, just get me a pint. He went, bit greedy.
Well, the amount of times they changed my bedpan, darling, when I was having my hip operation, you know, I would pay them the 250 quid myself.
You had a hip hop?
I did, darling.
You just got one new one?
Yes, just one.
Do you find you're going around in circles?
You're the first person I've ever seen brag about how many times they went to the toilet while they were in hospital. I mean, the amount of times they changed my bedpan.
I bloody nailed it.
Yeah, I gave that bedpan a bit of a punishment.
I think they should say, instead of the strike, because they can't really strike, because they sort of go, we're going on strike, but, you know, and if something really bad happens, we'll come back. Don't worry, we're not monsters. And that sort of puts them in a really bad position. So I think they should be like, just not going to wash our hands. So, we're not going to tell you what day we're doing it, but there's no wash hand day. They should do like stuff like that, or like, we're just going to kiss it better today.
Good luck with that.
We had the National Cake Championships recently, where the whole nation gathered round an oven and waited with bated breath to see who made the best cake.
Well, especially it wasn't even cake. In the end, there was a windmill and a letterbox.
Made of cake.
Ish. Like when I see some cake, I say, oh, I left some cake. But with that one, you wouldn't even have known where to start slicing. So and they put all the hours in and lovely and what have you, but was not for consumption.
Don't take this the wrong way, but are you a bit of a cake fascist?
Well, I like my cake edible and manageable, yes.
That is not a cake! No, I don't watch it because nothing happens. That's the whole point. That's why people like it, because nothing happens. Someone bakes a cake. If I had a choice between watching Bake Off and watching the last hour of a light bulb, I'd choose the light bulb. But you know, when you're just watching a light bulb just flickering before it just goes... Or if I want to entertain myself, I just rub my eyes like that. And then go into a dark room and see all the stars. And oh, this is great. I see stars. So I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not a baker. I did an old lady one.
Bake Off is just about an excuse to eat cake. What is not to get?
Yeah, but
why
that's
wouldn't
the
you
thing.
watch it?
It's only on telly. You can't eat it.
Yeah, because then you make it. You go out, you then make yourself
yeah, but
a
you're
cake.
You're watching telly.
No, I go out, I make the cake. Well, not that cake. I don't make the windmill and whatever.
So, which cakes have you made this year? What did you go with?
This week, for the final, me and my husband made a chocolate banana loaf.
A chocolate banana loaf?
Yeah. It makes you feel better because it's got fruit in, so you think you're being healthy, but really it's just chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake with a banana next to it, is it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you drink?
No.
No. That's it. You can only really get excited about cake, I think, if you don't drink.
Maybe they should do drink off. Maybe they should just have people making drinks, making that's a lovely gin and tonic. Yeah, lovely. Because you could really play along at home with that.
Yeah. You have to keep Mary Berry on. Just faced by the end of it.
She was loving the Baileys.
She likes a drink, I've heard.
And it would also make sense why it always... Mary would like you to, as if she couldn't speak herself. She has got her mother to speak for her, doesn't she? And Mary would like... And she stands right there, so... And she must have told them in the first place what she would like. I mean, that bit of the show makes absolutely no sense.
What bit?
Well,
I don't watch it, so...
Well, essentially what it is essentially reenactment of Victorian London, where there is the paupers in the cellar and the high and mighty, they're being served cake in that instance.
Did you watch Downton Abbey by mistake? John, have you been watching Bake Off?
I just don't get it. I just take it too seriously.
What do you mean take it too seriously? You take cooking very seriously.
I take life seriously. Cake is just cake, though, isn't it? Paul Hollywood
It's not just
talks
cake,
about
though.
it like, oh, that could have done with just 17.4 seconds longer in the oven now. You're talking out of your arse, man.
Ramesh, do you watch Bake Off?
I love Bake Off. I think it's the best thing on TV. I absolutely love it. I went on Extra Slice, like the offshoot show. I was a guest on there talking about Bake Off. I made vegan brownies because I am one. And,
Of course, Henry, you've got Dancing with the Stars in America.
In America, yes.
Would you ever consider going on?
I enjoy watching it. I will not. I can't do it.
That's a shame. I think because you used to have incredible dance moves back in the day.
I did, and I want to keep them a great memory.
You would never be allowed on the British version because if anyone's ever been out dancing before, they say, oh no, that's unfair, they know what they're doing. So that seems to be the main criticism of most candidates.
There has been a huge controversy this year because there's a lady on the show called Pixie Lott, who's very good, but she's done 8 years dance training at an elite academy, so she was always going to be quite good. She's favourite at the moment. She's 3-1 to win, as is Frankie Bridge, off of the Saturdays.
You know the Saturdays?
I actually met one of the Saturday.
Really?
Which one did you meet?
Beautiful one.
Oh. Well, I know which one it wasn't.
That's,
Henning, do you watch the show?
Not regularly, but I wonder, a lot of them professional dancers, not the ones on the program, but there's loads of them that have gone to the well, dancing schools or whatever they might be called, and
dancing school, yeah.
Yeah, dancing school, and they've put themselves through everything because of the dancing, and then they see all of a sudden any old Herbert having a go on Strictly Come Dancing. They must be feeling like most stand-ups feel when they turn the telly on and there is Paddy McGuinness.
Rebecca, when are you doing Strictly? Have you done Strictly or are you doing it?
No, never done it. I'll do it if you'll do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to wait till after the career-defining event. I might have to go in the jungle first to win back public support.
Jimmy, you'd be lucky to get on the coach trip.
Do you watch the show?
Yeah, I love Top Gear.
So, well, tell us what happened. So
They went out to Argentina, and the number plate was obviously offensive to the Falklands War, and then protesters started, and they were going to be killed, apparently.
I should say that Clarkson has tweeted this week the number plate was a coincidence. When it was pointed out to us, we changed it.
I mean, he's poor Jeremy Clarkson's had a bloody week of it, to be honest, because he got to the airport and he was on flight 8008, and that spelt boob, and he was very embarrassed about that. And he was in seat number 69, he was like, oh, bloody hell, he didn't actually. And he got to his hotel room, and he was in room number I Hate Argies, and he didn't know anything about that either. He's just so unlucky, that man.
Then the car was obviously left in Argentina, and they found another licence plate in the boot of the car, which was this.
I reckon what happened is that they were driving down the street, a load of Argentinians were chasing them with rocks and stuff, trying to kill them or whatever, and then a BBC producer came out and said, look, we're sorry, we didn't realise the number plates were that offensive, and they just went, what number plates? We're just trying to kill the prick. No, I just think it's the BBC's attempt to get him slaughtered. I reckon next they'll send him to Syria with a number plate that says 1S are gay laws.
When you Google Jeremy Clarkson, it genuinely says, people also searched for Jeremy Kyle and Piers Morgan. I think that says everything you need to know about him.
No, but I think the thing about him is you have to say, you have to admire how good he is at his job. Because he can say virtually anything and they can't sack him. That's how good he is.
Well, can I ask a question? How are the ratings?
Amazing.
Really?
I think it's the #1 show in the world.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So he's going to say whatever he wants.
He could have a on Mary Berry's cake tin. And they go, oh, sorry, I didn't realise. I thought it was I didn't realise, sorry. Oh, God, what am I like? you think, though, one thing I think about Clarkson, he's got two big loves in his life, fags and petrol. If only we could find a way.
What have people been talking about over the last week? What do you think, Natalie?
The guy who did the nearly marathon full skydive thing.
The guy who did the nearly marathon thing,
it was 24 miles, wasn't it?
It was,
so it's
yeah,
nearly a marathon, isn't it?
It was 23 miles up, though. That's not... I mean, traditionally how a marathon is run.
I know, but it's the same, near the mileage.
Like that. You just dropped me from 26 miles. I reckon I'll break the world record as well. Yeah, like that. Suck on that, Paula Radcliffe. I don't mean that. When I first see it, it's... Because there's so much Cockney on that side. Do you know what I nearly said then? When I seen he done it. And that's because
When I seen he done it.
When I seen he done a thing out of the sky, I was like, f***ing hell. When I
saw he done it.
When I saw what he done fell out of the sky and ting. Because initially, when you watch it, it's amazing. Once the footage of it, I thought, that's amazing. And then I thought, actually, you just ruined Alton Towers for yourself there, haven't you? All he's done for the rest of his life now. Do you want to go on Nemesis? No. Fell out of the sky, you dick.
When he fell out, I was really disappointed when he said, I'm coming home, or whatever it was. He said that I thought all Austrians spoke like Arnie. He's the only Austrian I've ever heard before. And I was like, I'm coming home. Get ready, everybody, here I come!
Let's have a look at Felix in action.
What I don't understand is, why has he got handles on that thing? He's going to fall off it anyway. Why has he got, like, safety mode? Oh, careful, he's going to fall off. And to be honest, I wasn't impressed with the whole feat in any way. It's just falling. Any idiot can fall. I can fall any time you want. And he's got a special suit. If I had a special suit, I'd fall over pretty much all day long. I don't see what the impressive thing is.
Well, the impressive thing is he didn't die.
You know that suit was $200,000. You could try and get hold of the receipt for your next tax return.
I'd have to wear it on the show. Oh, plenty more of that coming up. Beforehand on the news, they were saying if the suit fails, his blood is going to boil and his eyes will pop out of his head. And you're going, wow, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, it was fine.
Well, if you paid that much for a suit and it didn't work, my blood would boil as well. I was hoping that they'd got the calculations wrong, and then when he let go, they got the gravity calculation where he'd gone up and stuck to the moon.
You should have had a better suit on as well. It should have had, like, big flares and go faster stripes on it. It should have had just written on the back, Carr!
Or a trampoline at the bottom. You could just bounce
trampoline,
straight up again.
He could have broken the record twice if he'd had a trampoline.
Or when he jumps out of that thing, there's somebody in there and they push an anvil out after him. It's a race to the ground.
I went to a coffee shop, I have to say it wasn't Starbucks, but a while ago, and the two people behind the bar having a blazing row, and I was standing there for a few minutes, and eventually one of them turned to me and said, "What?" I said, "I'd like a cappuccino, please." And they gave it to me. I said, "Oh, do you mind putting a little bit more milk in there?" And she went, took it, turned around to the milk frothing machine. I could see in the shiny thing...
No, she didn't.
...dribbling into the drink. So she put it down. I said, "Did you just dribble into my drink?" She said, "No." I said, "I saw you in the shiny silver thing." And she said, "Well, what if I did?"
Where was this? Which shop was it?
It was actually at a motorway service station.
Oh, well, you're asking for it, aren't you? It wasn't a Wild Bean Cafe, was it?
No.
Because don't break my heart. That just Wild Bean Cafe, gourmet on the go. Wonderful. If I do get married, that's where we're having our reception.
They are one of the few places you can have a coffee and watch women getting their tits out.
Those are mothers breastfeeding, Nicholas.
In my one, where I am, there's like a thing there, and there's all bushes on it, and when the breastfeeding mothers come in, you can just peep through the bushes like that. It's almost like they're saying, "Oh, go on, enjoy your coffee."
Do you know that this is being recorded? Going out on television, it'll be seen forever, and you'll be known as Mickey Milk Boob. Here he comes, Mickey Milk.
And also, they do encourage crime because they put all the chocolate there, don't they? And then the woman turns round and looks the other way. As soon as they just say, "Oh, go on then."
I think, though, that it's different. You know, a huge corporation like this. I mean, what I would say is if you do go into a Starbucks, you know they do that thing, goes, would you like your name on the coffee? You know they do that thing now? Just say, "Yeah, I'd like my name. Can you put the name of taxpayer on the coffee, please?" And then go, "Coffee for taxpayer." Just do that. Just keep doing that. Every time you go into Starbucks.
Most people would rather host a house party than go to one. True or false?
I don't go to many house parties anymore. I go to a lot of fourth and fifth children's birthday parties these days. I don't have kids. I just prefer the food and games they play.
I like all the stuff about parties. I like doing a big shop and putting loads of nibbles out. And then I genuinely realise I haven't really invited anyone. Because I don't really like people in my house. It's that bit when you go to text people and you just think, oh, I don't like you. I don't mind you, but not in my house.
If I invite you, I'll have to invite him.
Yeah, and you'll bring your girlfriend and touch each other and talk about it. Come to my house and fiddle in my conservatory, not on my snacks. You want to be in love, you stay at home and cater for yourself. Bloody travelling chef for your sex games.
Don't put that on the invite, though.
I had a party a little while ago at home.
Did you?
It was my daughter's second birthday. What it is with toddlers, your parents can't leave 2-year-olds, so you have to invite the whole
So everyone you invited
family.
had like a +2?
Had a +2.
So they can't get there.
No, they can't get there. No, but when there's 5 or 6, they can be dropped
There's a
off.
£5 for the cab.
They can
You've
be
got the
dropped
address.
off. Why do people nick remote controls at parties?
Hang on, I'll ask Mickey.
I bet he has.
Because you lose yours and you think it might work. Worth a go.
Do you think you might have lost it?
No, I've not lost it.
Do what I do if ever I drop a piece of hash. Turn all the lights off and you get down on the carpet with a torch and you just go across the carpet.
Mickey, they're going to take your kids away.
9 times out of 10, you'll pick it up. And the cheer that goes up when you find it is phenomenal.
How many people are there?
Sorry?
How many people are there?
Me, my mum, my nan. And this is all from 10, 12 years ago, you know, for insurance purposes. Okay. What is the latest you've ever left a party?
It was my birthday recently, and I was out until 4 a.m.
I left a party once at 10:30 in the morning. I went over the park and sat opposite a pub that I knew was going to open in about an hour. And then reached in my pocket and found a can of Stella. And ended up still drunk in this park, opening a can of Stella, waiting for the pub to open. Like that. And a woman sat down and I went, all right. Your dog's quite nice, isn't he? And I realised I'd become a tramp in 24 hours.
Did you know, for example, 1.5 million Britons would like to be buried with their mobile phone? And if you answer it when you're sitting behind me in the cinema, you will be. 1 in 20 people have held a party for their cat's birthday. Even the cat's thinking, this is a bit tragic. And 22% of nightclub hookups are one-night stands. Yeah, who would have thought the guy you tugged off in a toilet cubicle 2 minutes after meeting him in Hollywood's nightclub Romford wouldn't turn out to be the love of your life? But if you are watching, Darren, call me. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It was Halloween this week, so tonight our panellists' job is to guess the top 3 things people are scared of. John's team, what do you think scares people?
My attempts at being intimate.
Aw, don't put yourself down.
I'm not going to put myself down, but I'm just going to tranquilise myself.
Your attempts at being intimate?
Well, if I'm sexy with people, they find it frightening.
Could you just, give me a demo and I'll tell you whether I think it's frightening. Give us a little demo. Yeah, Alex is right there. Give her a demo.
I don't mind. Go on.
It's the tongue, innit? It's the tongue. I've got too powerful a tongue. I was born with it. What am I going to do? But I don't think it is me. What are you scared of? I'm not
Well, see, I say this with trepidation.
What are you scared of?
Ghosts.
You're scared of ghosts? Because last time you were on the show, you spoke about ghosts, because you've seen a ghost. Have you
Yes.
seen anything since you were last on the show?
No, but I have seen 3. So don't play it down. I mean, there's 3.
You've seen... Yes, you think you've seen 3.
I don't want to be one of these people who sees ghosts.
No, and there's medication you can take to stop them. But if you forget to take it, you will see them. That's...
Yeah.
Has anyone else seen ghosts? Have you seen it? You believe in the paranormal?
I haven't seen ghosts, but I'm kind of scared of ghosts. Yeah, because I'm just scared.
Well, you are little.
But no, I got something about when I was younger. You know what? Let me cut the story short. I'm just scared.
I think there's a happy medium between a really long story that goes on too long. I mean, really, that's just a bullet point there, I feel. Give us a bit more. When you were young...
That's it. There's no story. I'm just scared of ghosts. Yeah. Like, actually, not every ghost. Casper was all right.
Yeah, Casper was a friendly ghost.
Friendly ghost, yeah.
Are you scared of ghosts, Catherine?
Absolutely not. And I promise you, ghosts are more afraid of you than you are of them.
They're more scared of you than you are of them. I think that's spiders, isn't it?
Oh, spider ghosts, spider ghosts, spider ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Sean, were you scared of ghosts? You seem like a very level-headed man, but...
No, I'm not. But what's the point? Yeah. But no, obviously there's no such thing as ghosts.
Whoa.
I tempt all the ghosts, all the demons, all the spirits, all the dark forces of the underworld. I tempt you now. Do your worst. Visit on me the 7 circles of hell. Visit me with your...
Do you mind doing this when we're not here?
Chinchi is scared. He's been through
on.
this.
I think it's a bit much asking for a ghost, Sean, to appear on a TV show. There's certain scenarios in which you tend not to get a lot of ghosts. You know, you don't tend to get ghosts, say, in Argos. You never heard, the blue pens were all just flying. A number came up and I went to get the electric blanket and it wasn't ready yet.
I can tell you, ghosts are not one of the scariest things. But if you see a ghost, there are 3 things you must do immediately. Number 1, put down that drink. 2, turn the lights on. And 3, stop making things up. What?
No!
The Olympic torch has landed on these shores, and we are watching it
go round
the country
interminably.
It started in Cornwall. That's because they flew Ryanair, and that's actually that's their London airport. London, Cornwall, we're landing in, and then it's going around the country with various people carrying it aloft.
Yeah, little Will.I.am.
Yeah.
Carried it. He's miniature, half a Corbett.
Is he?
Yeah, half a Corbett.
Half a Corbett. Is that how we measure celebrity now?
Yes, and it's very heavy for him, but he's been carrying it.
Can we just call him William? His name is William. Just because he can't punctuate doesn't mean I don't call myself J on.
Who's Will.I.am? Is he in the Olympics?
No.
He's brilliant, and he's on The Voice. He sits on the chair, his feet don't touch the floor.
Why is he holding the torch?
The reason he's doing it, the reason Will.I.am's carrying it, is because he's Corgi registered. As a gas fitter. Drogba's. I didn't know this, but he's a fully qualified gas engineer. He worked for EDF for a while. It's very special fire, though, isn't it? It's the Olympic. It's the Olympic fire, and it's apparently it's very cathartic for people who come out to see it, because anyone who sees the flame go past instantly forgets they didn't get tickets.
There have been some fantastic protests. Did you read about that guy in Taunton who threatened to set fire to his camper van? I'm not quite sure what he was protesting against.
I've got a camper van. Every time you make a cup of tea, technically you're threatening to set fire to it.
Nick, are you excited about this? Are you excited about the flame?
No.
What about the Olympics more generally? Are you...
It's nice. So, like, on buses and stuff, they're, like, saying, let's pretend like the rest of the world is like our mum. And if you had a flat, you'd tidy up your flat and make it look nice for when your mum came over. And London's your flat, So let's all tidy it up, because people might come round and see what a shithole it is. And it's just like, we live here, and they shouldn't be making us do all of the work. Like, if you pick up your own litter, you do it. You do it. Just because there's someone coming over from Germany, right, or another country, right, doesn't mean that we should be on our special best behaviour. You should be on your special best behaviour all the time. Don't patronise us.
Sorry, Nick.
My mum doesn't visit, it's fine.
I like the fact that Sean's got Nick on his team and John's got David. It looks like we're filling a quota of homeless men.
Oh, let's just check the Channel 4 lady ratings when this show goes out. Having me and Helm on the same show, it's like, don't cross the streams. Ah! This is the sexiest thing that's ever been on TV.
Oh, David O'Doherty does not own a mirror. He has also never spoken to a lady.
I'm incredible at ladies. I'd just like to make that clear.
You're incredible at ladies.
If you say so, yes, I am.
Most people found their wedding day more stressful than enjoyable. True or false? Claudia, what do you think? Is it more stressful than
getting
enjoyable?
married is obviously hideous. Of course it's stressful. I don't know. I had a glass of wine and had to have a nap at my own wedding. I can't drink wine, I fall fast asleep.
Really?
Yeah, I had to sleep in my dad's lap. Looked weird.
It's stressful just going to a wedding. Everyone I've been invited to, because I'm single, you get sat on the table with all the frigging single people. I will put the couples together and we'll have a table full of twats and we'll all watch them.
They're not single people, John, they're children.
Why do people think that a wedding has to be something that financially cripples them for the rest of their lives?
Because it's such a big thing, though. As a pressure of a man, if I looked at a woman and said, I really want to marry you, but let's really keep them costs down.
Can I just say for the record, John, that I do think at some stage you will say that to a girl. Are you married, Kate?
I am married, yes.
You are married.
I give you a quick Google
Would you?
before.
Oh, you did?
I did. I Googled you before.
Mm.
And I read that you enjoy being nude
Mm.
and keeping bees.
Yeah. Have you not heard of nude beekeeping?
It strikes me as a health
It's
and
an
safety
Olympic
nightmare,
sport.
to be honest.
What was the first bit of that? The keeping bees, I understand.
Yeah.
So what was the first bit?
Being nude.
Is that your...
Well, it's not something...
Because you're a naturalist, not a naturist. Or
Yes, no, that's true. But sometimes there's just times when life feels good and it's nice just to dance around with no clothes on.
But there'd be no point of wearing the hat if that was the only thing you were wearing.
Don't finish.
I want to see the circuitry. I want to see that bit at the back where you switch him on.
You actually turn me on around the front. Top animal people wish could speak.
Well, I think they would say their own pet. I think most people would prefer to have a conversation with their cat than they would with their husband.
Are there problems at home?
I would like an otter to speak. I don't want it to be an obvious animal. I don't want it to be like a goldfish, even though I'm a goldfish whisperer.
Sorry, you're a goldfish whisperer.
I have had a goldfish for literally 11 years.
OK, I'm going to say now, and I don't want you to be unhappy with me, but I'm going to say your husband has been replacing that fish on a regular basis.
Her tail has grown quite a lot. Sometimes she looks quite different.
Are you just finding out now that this goldfish...
Don't. And also, yeah, I don't want to believe it. It's like when the dog actually, I believe it is living on a farm.
Your dog went to live on a farm?
I don't want to talk
Wait
about
until
it.
you hear about your grandparents. Nick, if any animal could talk, what animal would you most like to...
There's a really skinny cat outside our house that comes over every day. I just want to know what it wants.
If that dog that won that talent contest a few weeks ago, if that could talk, that would be just... Can I please go back to licking my balls for 6 hours a day?
I think the third point about if animals could talk is it'd be incredibly boring, because animals are stupid. Just be basically going, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. There's a bit of food. I'm horny, I'm horny, I'm horny. I'm going to kill that, I'm going to kill that. I'm hungry again, I'm hungry again. But birds are just... I mean, the most interesting a bird might say is, you're nesty.
Not the robin redbreast.
Yeah, you say
Actually,
right.
the robin is
redbreast
quite
is a
vicious.
total...
I've always thought I wanted dogs to talk, and then I suddenly realised it'd be really degrading for them. Because what are they going to say? They just have to keep coming in and going, I have shat all over the garden. I'll be honest, I went in the bin last night. Something's disagreed with me. It is carnage out there. I was trying to move away from it. It's all up the wall. Oh, God, I can't clean. These are paws. I can't. I'm really sorry. You have got a job on your hands.